जमशेदपुर नए वर्ष को लेकर टाटा स्टील के द्वारा केक कटिंग कार्यक्रम का आयोजन सेंटर फॉर एक्सीलेंस में किया गया। केक कटिंग में टाटा स्टील के एमडी टीवी नरेंद्र, कॉरपोरेट सर्विस के वाइस प्रेसिडेंट चाणक्य चौधरी समेत टाटा स्टील के कई अधिकारी मौजूद थे। टीवी नरेंद्र और चाणक्य चौधरी ने संयुक्त रूप से केक काटा और नए साल की बधाई दी। टीवी नरेंद्र ने कहा कि नए साल आपके और आपके परिवार में खुशहाली लाए। वहीं कंपनी को लेकर उन्होंने कहा कि आने वाले साल में कंपनी के लिए बड़ी चुनौती है। जिस तरीके से चाइना स्टील मार्केट में सस्ते स्टील बेच रहा है, उसको लेकर कंपनी के लिए बड़ी चुनौती है। वहीं हम लोगों ने तार कंपनी में नया 1500 करोड़ का इन्वेस्टमेंट किया है और आने वाले दिनों में और भी इन्वेस्टमेंट किया जाएगा।
Wish you all and your families a very happy new year. It's from a Tata Steel perspective, it's been a challenging year, as was 2023 too. But I think that's the world we live in. I think we are in an industry which is geopolitically very relevant, which is very global. So what happens in one part of the world has a direct or indirect impact on us. I think the biggest impact we've had in the last 2 years is because of the slowdown in China. The recovery has not yet happened. We were hopeful last year in January, we are hopeful this year in January, we were actually hopeful the year before last, because that's when China removed the restrictions after COVID. That was 2023 January, and 23 was tough, 24 was tough, and now we are in 2025. And I think it has had an impact on steel margins globally. So most steel companies in the world are actually struggling to make money. And it's only that in India, because there is a growth in demand for steel, Tata Steel is well positioned. Our cost competitiveness ensures that we are profitable, at least in India. But that profit has come down, and obviously our concern is more about how permanent is this change in China? How long will it last? Will there be actions taken to reduce exports? Will there be actions taken in India to protect the industry from unfair imports? Because this is an industry which has a lot of potential. Some of the, I've said this before, some of the richest parts of the country below the ground are actually some of the poorest parts of the country above the ground. And that opportunity to leverage the mineral riches that we have in, let's say, Jharkhand, Odisha, Chhattisgarh, and many other states, and translate that into industry and value addition, which can create jobs, which can create wealth above the ground, is an opportunity which we should not miss. And the demand for steel in India is growing, but the problem which happens is if the margin compression is there, if imports is available cheaper, then there is no incentive to invest to grow. And I think that's a challenge which we've conveyed to the government, and the government is working on it. Overall, Tata Steel, the big event for Tata Steel in India has been the commissioning of the blast furnace in Kalinganagar. It's the largest blast furnace in India. A lot of work has been done by our teams to make sure that it is commissioned successfully and safely. We've also commissioned all the other facilities in Kalinganagar, so Kalinganagar becomes an 8 million ton plant. In the Jamshedpur region, we will have the Combi mill, which is in ISWP area, coming up in the next few months. I think that was an investment we made about a year and a half back. So these are, and of course we continue to invest within the plant to, not only address debottlenecking issues, but also to make it greener and cleaner. So going forward, as Chanakya said, of course Tata Steel will continue to do what it needs to do, but it also expects that the citizens will understand the challenges which Tata Steel is going through, the sacrifices that the Tata Steel employees are making to make sure that Tata Steel continues to do well. And so obviously the expectations from the community needs to factor in these issues as well, right? So obviously we will do what we need to do, we will do the best that we can do, but obviously we need to also be conscious of the challenges the industry is facing. Because, as Chanakya said, one of the big issues we have is in our other plants, whether it's Kalinganagar or whether it is Meramandali or Nilachal, etc. We have nothing compared to what we have here. So the employees, they feel that we are not treating them the same way that we are treating our employees in Jamshedpur, because they have all the facilities. And it's not that we need to run cities there or townships there. It is just about providing housing, providing school, providing a hospital, those are facilities that we are building in all these places, and some of these places don't have those kind of facilities. So we need to make sure that our other sites have the minimum facilities that our employees expect, and the community there also expects, because they've also, working with us there. So we need to do that. Today there's a very big gap. So we need to address that gap as much as possible, while at the same time continuing to do what we need to do in Jamshedpur. So thank you once again.